Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful idea, one that kind of flips our whole understanding of a crisis on its head. In a world that's so often about conflict and breaking things down, we're exploring a totally different way of thinking, one that responds not with more force, but with this incredible spirit of creation.
So to really get into this, let's just start with the big question. When you look around at all the conflicts in the world, what do you think is the true source of power? Is it about having the most resources, the biggest army, or could it be something else entirely?
And this really lays it all out. On one side, you have this relentless global struggle for stuff, right? For physical resources like oil and gas. But on the other side, there's a completely different focus. It's a mindset that, even when things are scarce, finds true wealth and even divinity in one's own family, in one's own daughters. This is the core idea we're going to unpack.
Okay, so this brings us to our first major concept, the spirit of creation. And look, this isn't just some abstract philosophical thing. It's really about how a different set of priorities can make you feel abundant even when you don't have a lot of material stuff.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It paints such a vivid picture. While these huge geopolitical battles are raging for fuel that's buried deep in the ground, the focus inside the home, right there in the kitchen, is on something sacred. It points to a value system that puts spiritual wealth way ahead of material gain.
And this isn't just a simple ritual. It goes so much deeper. The Navadurga, they represent a whole spiritual journey, a development of consciousness. The idea here is that, maybe you're short on cooking gas for the stove, but there is absolutely no shortage of abundance in the human heart. The highest form of wealth here is family, and that spark of the divine.
What's so fascinating is that this way of thinking isn't new at all. The argument is that it's actually a deep-seated historical pattern. It's this recurring response: when crisis hits, you answer with an act of creation. Just stop and think about that for a second. You have the Mahabharata, one of the most epic, devastating wars you can imagine. And in the middle of all that destruction, the response isn't just more destruction. No, a timeless work of philosophy, the Bhagavad Gita, comes to life right there on the battlefield.
And then, bam, we see this pattern again, centuries later, during the long, difficult struggle for independence, a time of huge upheaval. What happens? A poet, Rabindranath Tagore, creates Gitanjali, a work so profound it wins a Nobel Prize.
So you see it, right? In two of the most turbulent times imaginable, one a mythological war, the other a real historical struggle. The result wasn't just chaos. It was the creation of absolute masterpieces that explore life's biggest questions. When faced with total destruction, the response was to build something that would last forever.
So that leads to a pretty big question. Where does this creative power even come from? What's the fuel for this kind of national spirit?
Well, a huge piece of the answer is in this phrase, Vande Mataram. It means, I bow to thee, mother. And this was way more than just a political slogan. It transformed the entire independence movement. By seeing the nation as a sacred mother, the fight for freedom became an act of spiritual devotion. And that lit a fire in millions of people. This completely changes the whole idea of what victory is. The Vijay Gaan, or the victory song, isn't just cheering for a military win. It's celebrating the triumph of a higher set of values, of truth, of dharma, of what's right. It's really a victory of consciousness itself. Now, this huge, powerful idea, it also works on a really personal level. This isn't just about history or nations. It's about a battle that every single one of us faces right inside ourselves.
When you get right down to it, the ultimate conflict, the one that really truly matters, isn't about conquering territory or getting more power.
Instead, what if the final frontier, the real territory we're all trying to win, is inside our own minds? What if the ultimate victory is just waking up our own consciousness?
This is what's called the Bhitarki Kranti, the revolution within. It's all about tuning out all that external noise and chaos and finally confronting our own inner enemies, our ego, our anger, our laziness. And in that struggle, you find this quiet, powerful, creative center deep inside you. So we end up with this incredible call to action. It's saying that the real win isn't something external, it's a victory of consciousness. It's about making a choice, to turn chaos into peace, to choose light over darkness. It's about refusing to let your own creativity die, no matter what's going on around you. The ultimate challenge is to win those inner battles and become a lamp of creation,
lighting up not just your own life, but the world. It really makes you think, right? What will you choose to create?